We're going to bring you an interconference matchup in this one as the Cavaliers come from Cleveland to play this one.
Ready to go?
It's a Nuggets home game. The fans around us are amped up here in the Pepsi Center. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Cleveland, Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's James in at the 3 spot. Jokic kicks to Fareed. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, he makes the big bucks because he's expected to knock those shots down. The D was there, but that's no excuse. He has to hit those shots.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Hard to believe that Kenneth Fareed was taken 22nd in the draft class of 2011. And he's been a solid player ever since he came into the NBA.
Another one of those players, Kevin, you could classify as just because of his size he was overlooked, but his ability to muscle in and really outwork everybody makes up for that lack of size. Not your prototypical power forward, but he can hold his own.
And Love throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Jokic. Harris. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Smith. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
If there's a skill set you'd like your point guard to have, that's exceptional court vision. Mudiay shows it off there with that assist.
And Thompson throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Well, the Nuggets have been a force on the offensive glass for quite some time. And you know what, Brent? Last year was no different.
Well, interesting, Kevin, because in the modern game, a lot of teams shying away from sending multiple players into offensive rebound as it affects your transition defense and your ability to set up. So we'll see if that trend continues for the Nuggets, but they do have quick athletic guards that can punish you on the glass.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland. Mon Shumpert has come in for J.R. Smith. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. 1:12 left here in the first quarter. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And another miss by Denver. Or Cleveland, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Jefferson dishes to Frye. That shot, no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. The shot by Chandler, wide open. And again, Denver, no good. Irving with it. Now Chandler defending. Shumpert, no good.
Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
And Fareed throws it down.
And when you get an athletic player like the Manimal attacking you on the drive, it's impossible to stop him from converting those kind of chances.
Here's Harris. A three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers trailing. Chandler with the steal. Here's Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And just an outstanding job by Fareed to get dirty inside and force the D to collaborate.
All free throws good from Kenneth Fareed. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
I mean, there's not a lot of reasons for a turnover, but there's certainly not one there. Just a lapse of judgment.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 6. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
Having complete control over what it is you're doing and avoiding distractions. It's hard to accomplish, but good job so far tonight.
Murray out there with Will Barton. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Arthur, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And you look at the star trio in Cleveland of LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Greg, how do you like the way those three fit together?
I think their skills complement one another. I mean, Irving can take ball handling responsibility off of LeBron's shoulders. Love rebounds, hits threes, and has good complementary skills. Chemistry, though, is more complicated. Sometimes LeBron has seemed critical of Love's play.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And the athleticism of this game will always take your breath away. I've always said that one of the best things about it, but the mental aspect, that is something always to keep track of.
Well, I just love the fact that guys can come consistently with that kind of approach, Kevin. If you're not as talented as the guy across from you, what's your advantage? You have to use your intellect. You have to find ways around those skill sets. You have to be a position player. You have to be in the right place at the right time. And trust me, there are many coaches around the league who seek out those kind of guys to fill out their rosters because they know consistently what they're going to get.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science has improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Moutier, he's checked in for Jarrell Arthur. And Cleveland also making a change. Jefferson's checked in.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
1:19 left in the first half of the game.
When you see Nurkic out there, as skilled as he is, still the thing that baffles you is his size. A legit 7-footer. He weighs 280, depending on what he had for dinner. But he's got great skill, and they're still exploring it in Denver.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. James comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Gallinari.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
And thinking about Nurkic and his size, Brent, he definitely doesn't fit the spot-up Euro big man profile we've seen.
No, he's one of those guys who enjoys the contact, and anytime he can get it, he'll be in there. Can spot up with the jump shot if he needs that. He likes to throw his weight around on the inside, and he does. He makes the most of his size.
Offensive rebound. Outside Jefferson. Goes up again, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Clearly a foul.
The Cavaliers have not yet made a free throw in the game. 0 of 2 so far. That one is no good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line. Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
James in the post. Gallinari with the steal. It's deflected. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time. And so we wrap up the first half. The Nuggets on top. They're up.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shakib. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have a nice 7-point lead. Your opinion, Shaq?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after.
We welcome you back to Denver, the 16th Street Mall, just down the way from us here at the Pepsi Center. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Nice game, great performance by Kenneth Fareed.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
So let's think about the options. You front him or you bring the quick double team. But yeah, he's having a monster game in the post.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Smith and LeBron filling out the wings. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair, and it's Irving in at the point.
Perfect positioning, and you know he will knock that look down more times than not. Just didn't connect there.
Well, if you watch Gary Harris out on the court, you can see he's always active, very much looking for a chance to create a play or take advantage of an opportunity.
It'll be interesting for Gary Harris as the game settles down for him, the type of numbers on a consistent basis he'll be able to put up. Always a very mindful player of the space around him and can do a multitude of things.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Love. Moutier kicks to Fareed. And finished off by Fareed.
It seems as if Fareed is hitting from anywhere on the floor right now. He's taking mostly good shots and burying them.
Love wide open. He fires. On the 3 off target.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for the Cavaliers. Denver passing it around. Here's Moutier, and Moutier throws it down.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated, and helps you extend your lead as well.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And you think about the Nuggets over the years, a lot of great wing players bent for this franchise. Current roster is very heavy with wing players right now, but they've had stars like Melo and Iguodala in the recent past.
Historically, the Nuggets have had some great small forwards. You think about Alex English playing in the 80s, probably the best Nugget of all time, and David Thompson, another great Nugget from the past.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
If these guys are focused on making a push with the basketball, they can be very good.
Here's Shumpert. Second chance effort. All alone. No good on that one.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Got great position and really bothered the release point.
One of the more polarizing players in the league is Kevin Love in Minnesota. He had multiple seasons, Greg, of up around 26 points, 13 rebounds a game, and yet some said he wasn't a true superstar.
Well, they criticize him for not winning in Minnesota. Now in Cleveland, they point to his reduced stats. He just wants a chance to win, though, and he knew he'd have to make some sacrifice.
Martin from outside, nailed from three-point land. Martin's got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Fry, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line early.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
And here's Chandler from the arc. Trains the three-pointer. Chandler's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Case tonight of a game where a team does everything right. Fluid offense, lockdown defense.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And team chemistry is so interesting to look at, Brent. You see some teams like the Warriors, players accept lesser roles. Andre Iguodala stands out, a Finals MVP 2 years ago. But on other teams, it's a problem. What creates, in your mind, that difference?
I think you have to understand who you are first and foremost. I know Greg Popovich all the time talks about guys checking their ego at the door and understanding how important it is for you to accept your role. And the quicker you do it, Kevin, the more you can accomplish in a season. Played many years in the NBA where a lot of guys did not understand what the coach was asking them to do until after the All-Star break. And after they accepted the role, the team would have this great run of wins, but too late. If it was 2 months sooner, it would have been teams that would have participated in the postseason.
Coaches, GMs, they love the skill, but they also like the mind that goes with it and the framework with which they're going to play on that team.
It speaks to guys having maturity, Kevin, and that's sometimes hard to come by with how young the league is.
Moutier and Harris are their lengthy guard set. Gallinari is out there with Kenneth Faried, and it's Barton in at the three. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's Thompson, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up.
Clearly a foul. And after that contract stalemate that just seemed to drag on forever last offseason, the Cavs were finally able to re-sign Tristan Thompson to that extension, 5 years and a little over $80 million. It was a protracted negotiation, but I think in the end it works out well for both parties as the Cavs want to continue to chase those titles.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And on that topic about the Tristan Thompson deal, it was a max-type contract. You don't see a lot of those for players who average less than 10 points, Greg, a game.
Yeah, but scoring isn't the strength of his game. His main talent is rebounding, especially at the offensive end of the floor. That relentless energy and his mobility for a big make him valuable. And Kyrie Irving, an incredible ball handler, maybe the best in the league. You know what? He may be the best ball handler ever. I mean, he's just so deceptive. He gets wherever he wants, when he wants. And then you couple that with his ability to shoot the basketball, he just puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense.
Unloads. The shot is good by McRae.
Excellent use of the fundamental bounce pass, totally in rhythm.
And it's Beasley in the corner. Off target from three-point range. And an interesting tidbit about Kyrie Irving. He said he used to dribble his basketball with a plastic bag around it to make his feel for the ball even better. I like that.
Left no stone unturned.
Exactly.
I mean, he used to play every day after school from 4 to 10 p.m. When we study. I mean, that's the kind of
Duke.
Yeah, that's the kind of obsessive dedication that gives you a chance to play at the highest level. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nuggets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Kenneth Faried. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
McRae, no good. The Nuggets now on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The clock now can just run out for the Nuggets. Out to Chandler. Nurkic, the pass to Moutier. For the three, Chandler, the basket, good off the assist from Moutier.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Phenomenal effort level. These guys came in committed to dictating the action.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Pass to Chandler. Takes the three. Missed. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.